What's up, Money Minds? Welcome back to Market Briefs Video Edition. Today is October 5th, and here's some business and financial news you can finally use. Markets weren't the only thing that were down yesterday. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp were all down for many hours. It was one of the worst outages for the tech giants since 2008 when Facebook was down for an entire day. During that outage, over 3 billion people were affected. And Jack Dorsey took to Twitter to actually poke fun at the situation, tweeting, "Hello, literally everyone." In our market recap for October 4th, major indexes are not enjoying the beginning of October, at least so far. All three major indexes dove deeper into the red yesterday, but big tech and the Nasdaq took the worst of it all. Apple fell into correction territory, which led the Nasdaq into the deep dumps. In fact, yesterday, Apple dropped by around 2.39%. But you're probably wondering, what else is on our mind this week? Well, this week just so happens to be the September jobs report and Tesla's annual meeting. So we'll keep you posted on both of those two events. In our financial tip of the day, it's pop quiz time. If you are interested in diving into the real estate investing world, especially now that it's all the rage, there's probably a few terms that you're going to need to know like the back of your hand. Our team wrote an article on the 24 top real estate investing terms that you need to know, and I'll link it for you in the description below. In our first main story of the day today, we'll be talking all about the dollar and just another thing to worry about. But before we get into all that, I need you to do me a quick favor and smash that thumbs up button below. Hit that notification bell too. That way YouTube shows our videos to way more money minds around the world. We can keep making videos just like this one. The US dollar has been soaring lately, and its growth is making high-tier Wall Street investors anxious. In particular, the dollar index hit its highest point since September of 2020. The index measures the dollar against a variety of other currencies. The dollar has added 2% gains in the last month. But why would investors be worried about the dollar getting stronger? Simply put, a strong dollar can actually hold back gains and other riskier investments. Companies in the S&P 500 make about 40% of their revenue outside of the US. So when the dollar goes up, the money that investors make overseas actually shrinks. This means that up-and-coming businesses often struggle because it makes large debt harder to pay off. And there's one more thing here, the Federal Reserve. When the dollar goes up, the Federal Reserve starts to get a little more aggressive with its actions. If the dollar keeps strengthening, the Fed might begin to taper its stimulus moves sooner rather than later. Now, there is a lot to this entire situation, but the best thing you can do is diversify and stick to your investment plans. Next up in our second story, we're talking all about automotive and how another car company just went public. Volvo is getting pretty well known around the world at this point in its history, but the company is just now going public. Volvo Cars announced a plan to go public via an initial public offering, and the deal could be valued at around $25 billion. If Volvo was able to hit that $25 billion number, it would become one of the largest European car makers out there, and it would surpass Renault SA, but Volvo sells way more cars than Renault. This would be a massive U-turn. Ford bought Volvo for $6.5 billion in 1999. Ford put Volvo up for sale in 2009 when it started to struggle. Volvo then merged with Geely Auto Group. Since then, Geely has poured over $11 billion into modernizing the company to compete with the world's best. That is it for our main two stories of the day today, so let's take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, Fundrise. Do you want to invest in real estate but don't want to deal with tenants? Well, Fundrise makes that process super easy and unlocks a brand new world of real estate investing without the headaches or upfront capital. And you can invest as little as $500 and get exposure to real estate that will pay you just for owning it. And you can invest as little as $500 and get exposure to real estate that will pay you passive income every single month. With Fundrise, you can invest according to your goals. You can get paid quarterly dividends, invest money into portfolios with dozens of real estate projects across the country, and they have historical returns that equal 8.7 to 12.4%. Wealthy people use their money to buy real estate, and with Fundrise, you can too. And for whatever reason, if you are not happy with your investment with Fundrise, they will buy your investment back within the first 90 days. So if you want to learn more about Fundrise and all the things that they offer, I'll leave a link in the description below on exactly how you can find them. In our next story, we got a question for you. Is the market still hot? If you answered yes, You're probably right. Home prices are still skyrocketing at a record pace. One of the biggest issues is that average income is not rising with home prices. This situation creates a little bit of a conundrum. According to the Federal Reserve of Atlanta, the median American household would need around 32% of its income to cover mortgage payments on a medium price home. That's the highest percentage since late 2008. And this summer, median home prices were around $342,000, which is up around 23% year over year, and median incomes were around $67,000. What's even crazier is that the housing market is so hot right now that a literal burnt down house in Florida is going for around $400,000 right now. The 1,800 square foot home needs a complete renovation, and it's located in Tampa Bay. Next up in our mind blown section, let's talk about this not so speedy recovery. Global airline industry is expected to lose close to $52.8 billion by the end of 2021, nudging a bit higher than the April estimate of around $47.7 billion. Recovery from the pandemic is taking a little longer than expected, especially since forecasted losses for 2022 are only around $12 billion. Although this is still a significant 78% cut from last year's losses, airlines aren't expected to be profitable again until at least 2023. In 2020, global airlines lost a collective of $137.7 billion, bringing total pandemic-era losses to around $200 billion. In addition, passenger volumes are expected to rise by only about 1.1 billion over the next year, as more passengers get vaccinated and travel restrictions ease. Across the pond, though, in November, international travel bans issued during the pandemic are expected to be lifted by the Biden administration, luring a whole new customer base that's been on hold for close to 2 years now. Next up in our Pick Your Brain section, let's start with today's second sponsor, M1 Finance. M1 Finance empowers you to build wealth through automation. Just pick your investment portfolio and automate it with regular deposits. They've even built tools to make managing your money more personal, more convenient, and way less expensive. If you're interested in making an investment with M1 Finance, I'll leave a link to how you can find them in the description below. In our second Pick Your Brain of the day today, trading of China's Evergrande was halted yesterday as investors wait for the next steps. The mega real estate company is in a ton of debt and uncertainty is starting to creep in. That's why it was halted. News broke, or a rumor, that Hobson Development Holdings was planning to acquire a majority stake in Evergrande. Next up is our Money Mind section, where we pull comments directly from you all on our YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok accounts. Today's comment is from Diesel Power Gaming on our YouTube channel, and the comment reads, "Got any good suggestions for people in their late 30s or early 40s? Guac Talk?" We recently made a video on the 5 steps to invest in your 30s that will actually make you wealthy by your 40s. If you want to check out that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And as Diesel mentioned, don't forget to check out our new Guac Talk community Discord. If you're interested in joining thousands of other money minds just like yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below. In today's Mind Break section, it looks like eSanta came a little bit early this year. Amazon is launching their Black Friday deals as early as this year, as in right now. The e-commerce giant initiated a 53-day head start on Black Friday to give holiday shoppers enough time to get everything on their wish list with no last-minute regrets. Supply shortages and shipping delays are expected to make this holiday season even crazier this year, so retailers, including Target, are preparing early. Apple, KitchenAid, and Hasbro are just a few of the brands with deep markdowns on Amazon right now, but new deals will be added every day through October and November. And things are getting pretty high tech this year. Amazon is revolutionizing gift giving with a new tool allowing Prime members to actually buy and sell gifts to someone without needing the recipient's address, only a phone number, and things are getting pretty high tech this year. Amazon is revolutionizing gift giving with a new tool allowing Prime members to buy and send gifts to someone without needing the recipient's address, only a phone number, or an email. What's even better is the recipient can accept the gift or exchange it on Amazon for a gift card without the sender being notified. That saves us a whole lot of gift-giving awkwardness. Money Minds, we are nearing the end of today's business and financial news breakdown, but here's just a few more things to keep in mind. Who's ready for a celebrity space trip? Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space company is taking William Shatner to space because why not? Another thing to keep in mind this week is Shiba Inu coin, known as the Doge Killer, jumped 30% after Elon Musk tweeted about it. In addition, The Sopranos movie only made around $5 million in the box office during its opening weekend simultaneous release with HBO Max. Lastly, Qualcomm announced that it will buy part of Veoneer, which is an auto parts supplier, in a deal worth around $4.5 billion. But that is it for today's business and financial news. Thank you so much for watching. Keep hustling, money minds, and I'll see you all in the next one.